Every year, thousands of seniors end up giving up the things they love, not because they're too old, but because their joints won't let them. They stop going on walks with friends. They stop gardening. They stop playing with their grandchildren. Some even struggle just getting out of a chair or walking across the room without pain. And here's the truth, most of this suffering doesn't have to happen. You might be thinking, I've tried everything, painkillers, creams, even physical therapy. But what if the real solution isn't in a pill bottle or a clinic, but in your kitchen? Yes, I'm talking about food, the very thing many people overlook when it comes to joint pain. Because here's what they don't tell you, some foods actually make inflammation worse. And inflammation is one of the biggest reasons your joints hurt in the first place. But guess what? There are also foods that do the exact opposite. Foods that can reduce swelling, ease stiffness, and help you move again, without side effects, injections, or expensive treatments. Today, I'm going to share with you 6 powerful foods that seniors who eat regularly report half the joint pain. These aren't miracle cures or exotic superfoods shipped from another country. Most of them are already available at your local grocery store, or maybe even sitting in your pantry right now. So if you're tired of waking up stiff, tired of canceling plans because your knees or hips are acting up, and if you're ready to take control of how you feel, keep watching. We're going to walk through each of these 6 foods together, explain why they work, and give you simple ways to start adding them into your meals today. Now, before we dive into the list, let me share a quick story that might hit close to home. A few years ago, my neighbor Martha came over looking frustrated. She used to love gardening. She had the most beautiful flower beds on the block. But lately, every time she bent down to plant something, her knees would stiffen up so badly she could barely stand back up. She was considering giving up her garden entirely. I asked her what she'd been eating, and honestly, it wasn't great. Lots of processed foods, sugary snacks, and not much in the way of fresh fruits or vegetables. So I suggested she start adding just one of these joint-friendly foods into her routine, turmeric. At first, she was skeptical. "You mean the stuff that makes my curry yellow?" she laughed. But she gave it a shot. Every morning, she started making herself a warm glass of turmeric milk, just a teaspoon of turmeric mixed into almond milk with a little black pepper and honey. After a few weeks, she noticed her knees didn't ache as much. After 2 months, she was back out in her garden, planting tulips like she used to. Her energy came back, her mood improved, and she said she felt like she'd turned back the clock a bit. And that's the kind of change I want for you too. So let's start with the first of these 6 amazing foods, ginger. Ginger isn't just a tasty spice, it's a natural anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Studies have shown that ginger can help reduce pain and stiffness in people with osteoarthritis. It works by blocking certain enzymes in the body that cause inflammation. Think of it like a natural pain reliever that comes straight from nature. Now, you don't need to eat raw ginger root to benefit from it, that's pretty intense. Instead, you can add grated ginger to soups, stir-fries, or even smoothies. Or, like Martha did with turmeric, you can make a soothing ginger tea. Just slice up a small piece of fresh ginger, pour hot water over it, and let it steep for 5 minutes. Add a squeeze of lemon and a touch of honey if you like, and you've got yourself a warm, comforting drink that helps your joints feel better with every sip. Another great way to use ginger is in homemade salad dressings. Mix olive oil, apple cider vinegar, a bit of honey, and a dash of ginger, and you've got a dressing that's not only delicious but also good for your joints. Now, moving on to the second food, omega-3 rich fish, like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These fish are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which are some of the best nutrients for fighting inflammation. In fact, research has shown that people who eat omega-3 rich fish several times a week experience less joint swelling and pain compared to those who don't. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, I don't like fish. That's okay. You don't have to eat a giant fillet every night. Even small amounts can make a difference. Try having a can of sardines on toast once a week, or enjoy a grilled salmon patty instead of red meat. If you really don't like fish, you can also consider an omega-3 supplement, but getting it from Whole Foods is always better when possible. Here's another tip, keep some canned wild-caught salmon in your pantry. It's easy to mix with avocado and spread on crackers, or add to a green salad for a quick lunch that supports your joints. So far, we've covered ginger and omega-3 rich fish, both excellent tools in your joint pain fighting toolkit. Now, let's move on to number 3, berries. Yes, berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, you name it. These colorful little fruits are packed with antioxidants called anthocyanins, which help reduce inflammation and protect your joints from damage. In fact, one study found that people who ate berries regularly reported less joint stiffness and pain, especially in the mornings. And the best part? Berries are naturally sweet, so they make a perfect snack or dessert replacement. Try adding them to your oatmeal in the morning, blending them into a smoothie, or simply enjoying a handful as a midday treat. If fresh berries aren't always available where you live, frozen ones are just as nutritious and often more affordable. And here's a fun idea: make a berry parfait with Greek yogurt and a sprinkle of nuts. Not only will it taste great, but it'll also give you a triple dose of joint-friendly nutrients. Alright, now that we've gone through the first three foods, ginger, omega-3 rich fish, and berries, you're already building a solid foundation for healthier joints. But we're not done yet. We've already covered three powerful foods that can help reduce joint pain: ginger, omega-3 rich fish, and berries. If you're starting to see a pattern here, you're not wrong. All of these foods have something in common: they fight inflammation naturally. If you're someone who enjoys omelets or scrambled eggs, throw in some chopped spinach or Swiss chard next time. It's an easy way to sneak in some extra nutrition without making any drastic changes. And if you're new to eating greens, start small. One serving a day, say, a half cup cooked or 1 cup raw, is enough to begin seeing benefits over time. So far, we've covered ginger, omega-3 rich fish, berries, olive oil, and green leafy vegetables. Each of these plays a unique role in reducing inflammation, protecting your joints, and helping you feel better every day. But we're not done yet. There's one last food we need to talk about, and it's probably sitting in your spice rack right now. Let's talk about turmeric. Turmeric has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, especially in Ayurveda and Chinese healing practices. And modern science is finally catching up, confirming what many cultures have known all along: turmeric is incredibly effective at reducing inflammation. The active ingredient in turmeric is called curcumin, and it's responsible for most of its anti-inflammatory power. In fact, some studies have shown that curcumin can be just as effective as certain anti-inflammatory medications, again, without the side effects. Now, here's the catch: turmeric isn't easily absorbed by the body on its own. To get the most benefit, you need to pair it with black pepper. Black pepper contains piperine, which enhances turmeric's absorption by up to 2000%. That's a big difference. So how do you use it? You can add turmeric to soups, rice dishes, roasted vegetables, or even scrambled eggs. Some people like to make a warm golden milk drink. Just mix turmeric and a pinch of black pepper into warm almond milk or coconut milk, and add a touch of honey or cinnamon for flavor. Another simple idea is to make a turmeric paste. Mix turmeric powder with a little water and black pepper, and store it in the fridge. Then you can add a spoonful to smoothies, oatmeal, or stir-fries whenever you want an extra boost. I know some of you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but am I really going to remember to eat all 6 of these foods every day? And honestly, that's okay. You don't have to eat all 6 every single day to see results. Start with 1 or 2 that fit easily into your routine. Maybe swap your morning coffee for a turmeric latte a couple days a week. Or replace your usual snack with a handful of berries and a spoonful of Greek yogurt. Small changes add up, and over time, those little habits will make a real difference in how you feel. And remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Every time you choose a joint-friendly food over a processed one, you're giving your body a fighting chance against pain and stiffness. So before we wrap up, let's quickly recap what we've covered so far. We started with ginger, a natural anti-inflammatory that can be added to teas, dressings, and meals. Then we talked about omega-3 rich fish like salmon and sardines, which help reduce swelling and support joint mobility. We moved on to berries, packed with antioxidants that protect your joints from daily wear and tear. Next came olive oil, a heart-healthy fat that also helps reduce inflammation when used regularly. Then green leafy vegetables, loaded with nutrients that support both bone and joint strength. And finally, turmeric, the golden spice that's been used for centuries to ease pain and promote healing. Now, in the final part of this video, we'll tie everything together and talk about how to make these foods a regular part of your life, without feeling overwhelmed or restricted. We'll also share a few simple meal ideas, and I'll leave you with a message of encouragement to help you stay motivated on your journey toward less pain and more freedom. Now that we've gone through all 6 foods, ginger, omega-3 rich fish, berries, olive oil, green leafy vegetables, and turmeric, you might be wondering how to actually start using them in your daily life without feeling like you need a chef or a nutritionist by your side. Let me tell you something important. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. That's not the goal here. The goal is to make small, consistent changes that add up over time. Think of it like tending to a garden. You don't plant every seed in one day, but if you water what's already growing, eventually you'll see results. So let's talk about how to bring these foods into your routine in a way that feels natural and enjoyable. Maybe start with breakfast. Swap your usual toast and jam for whole grain toast drizzled with olive oil and a sprinkle of turmeric and black pepper. Add a handful of blueberries on the side. Boom, that's 3 joint-friendly foods right there. Or try a smoothie made with spinach, frozen berries, Greek yogurt, and a little grated ginger. It sounds fancy, but it takes just a few minutes to blend up and drink. Lunch can be just as easy. Try a big salad with mixed greens, grilled salmon, sliced strawberries, and a dressing made from olive oil and apple cider vinegar. Not only will it taste great, but your joints will thank you for it. If salads aren't your thing, a warm bowl of vegetable soup with a piece of whole grain bread and a dollop of turmeric-infused yogurt on top makes a comforting and healing meal. Dinner doesn't have to be complicated either. A baked piece of salmon seasoned with garlic and lemon, served alongside steamed broccoli and sautéed kale with olive oil and ginger, now that's a plate full of joint protection. And remember, leftovers are your friend. Cook a few servings at once so you have meals ready for the next day or two. Snacks are another great place to sneak in some of these powerful ingredients. Instead of reaching for chips or cookies, try a handful of walnuts, another anti-inflammatory food, and berries. Or spread a little almond butter on apple slices and sprinkle with cinnamon. You can even keep pre-cut veggies like carrots and cucumbers in the fridge with a simple dip made from Greek yogurt, turmeric, and a touch of honey. The key is to find combinations you enjoy and stick with them. Once they become habits, you won't even think twice about making healthier choices, they'll just feel like part of your routine. Now, I know change can feel daunting, especially when you've been doing things a certain way for decades. But I want you to picture this. What if, 6 months from now, you found yourself moving more freely, waking up with less stiffness, and finally being able to do the things you love again, whether that's gardening, playing with grandchildren, or simply walking around the block without pain? That future is possible, and it starts with the choices you make today. You don't have to eat all 6 foods every single day to feel better. Just pick 1 or 2 to focus on first. Maybe start with turmeric and berries. They're easy to add to meals and snacks. Then, after a few weeks, introduce olive oil and leafy greens. Then, after a few weeks, introduce olive oil and leafy greens. Before you know it, these foods will become second nature. And here's the best part, you don't have to do this alone. If you live with someone, invite them to join you. Share recipes, cook together, and encourage each other. If you're on your own, consider joining a local senior wellness group or online community where people share their experiences and support one another. Small victories celebrated with others can be incredibly motivating. I also want to remind you that progress isn't always immediate. Some days you may not notice a difference, and that's okay. Healing takes time. But trust me, your body is listening. Every bite of these foods is working behind the scenes to reduce inflammation, protect your joints, and help you move with more ease. So be patient with yourself, be kind to your body, and most importantly, believe that you deserve to feel good, no matter your age. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like it and subscribe to the channel. We're creating more content just like this, practical, uplifting, and designed specifically for people who want to live their best life after 60. And I'd love to hear from you too. In the comments below, let me know which of these 6 foods you're excited to try first, or if you've already tried any of them and noticed a difference. Your story could inspire someone else to take that first step toward feeling better. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you're not too old to make a change. In fact, it's never too late to invest in your health and happiness. Here's to living with more energy, less pain, and greater freedom, at any age. Stay well, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.